Hey everybody, Nate from Around the World Couple here, and I wanted to take you guys through something exciting and fun we just got today that we're going to be using for our trip. So I have a fun little kind of like unboxing for you. I don't do this a lot, so it's kind of exciting for me. So this is a Google 5X. So Google just released their two new phones, the Nexus 5X and the Nexus 6P. So this is the 5X, the cheaper, sort of smaller version, and you can see nice little white box, nice little simple sleeve that comes off. We've got all our barcodes, product specifications, nice little X right here burned into the top to open this without dumping it out here. So inside we've got just a simple little pull card with some nice little simple diagrams there on the back, power cord, how to charge, how to put in your SIM card, and then obviously in here we've got the phone and the charger. So pop this thing out. Always fun to touch something for the first time. So there we go, Nexus 5X. Simple plastic back. Obviously, this is the cheaper one. The 6P has all the aluminum. We've got the fast charger there, and of course, this is a USB 3 charger, so sort of like the Lightning equivalent of USB, reversible. It's supposed to be the future of charging. So the question is, why do I have this when I already have this, which is a Note 4, which I bought last December, and I shouldn't say bought because, frankly, when I cancel my contract, I'm going to have to pay a cancellation fee, so I'm really still paying for it. Price-wise, these are very different. The total cost of this phone when purchased was somewhere around $900. I probably ended up paying $650, I think, between the contract and the various things. This phone right here starts at $379, and then the one that I purchased is it comes in 16 gigs or 32 gigs. I got the 32 gig, plus I got a care plan for it. Totals about $524. So why trade in this for our trip? Now, obviously, the Note is a 5.7 AMOLED display as opposed to 5.2 on this one. This has got a 16 megabyte rear-facing camera. This has a 12.3 megapixel rear-facing camera. Not megabyte. I know this, guys. This has a ton more space, 32 gigs of internal space, plus a 64 gig micro SSD that I have in here. This one only has 32 gigabytes of space, so significantly less. Now, this phone is obviously newer, battery life may be a little bit better. The camera in this case, although a smaller number of megapixels, is supposed to be a little bit better. It does have a 1.55 micron pixel sensor, which is actually better than the new iPhone 6s that just came out. This also takes 4K video. But it only has 2 gigabytes of RAM as opposed to 3 with this one. It has a smaller amount of storage. It's a smaller phone. So the question is, why? Why would I switch between these two? And the answer is Google's Project Fi. So if you don't know about Project Fi, it's an invite-only, sort of. You can go to the website and get an invitation. I got one in about a week. It does depend on your geographic area. I bet if you're in San Francisco, it might be harder to get one than it is here in Chicago, where fewer people are looking for it. But Project Fi is Google's attempt to disrupt, we love that word, a cellular service by looking at the fact that there are a ton of free, healthy, working Wi-Fi networks all across this country, all across the world. So why would you take all your data through a cellular plan like you'd have to do with this when you could be bouncing back and forth between Wi-Fi plan or between free Wi-Fi all the time with something like this? So when you sign up for Project Fi, you get a Project Fi SIM card. It goes into Nexus phones, and it only goes into Nexus phones. It will not work with this, which is a Verizon contracted Note. Project Fi will basically surf you between these free Wi-Fi free Wi-Fi networks all over the country, and when it can't reach one of those, then you'll sort of roam on T-Mobile or Sprint networks. Now, as a replacement for a cell phone in the States, this is not up to par yet. Early reviews say, as you can imagine, when you're floating on a public Wi-Fi network, it's not always as great at data. The call quality, because it's more like a VoIP phone, isn't as good. The price can't be beat. It's $20 a month, and then you pay 10 gigabytes $10 per gigabyte of data that you use. So I use, on instance, probably like 3 to 4 gigabytes a month. That's cheaper than my Verizon plan that I have with my Note. But the amazing thing about Project Fi is that it works in about 160 countries around the world. So I've read a couple of initial reviews of folks who have traveled with this phone, and mostly business travelers, not long-term sort of backpackers like we're going to be doing. But the pricing scheme that works with this phone, which is unlimited texts while I'm abroad, as well as that $20 a month charge, and then $10 per gig of data, works anywhere in the world. no swapping SIM cards, no entering new networks. I don't have to look for Wi-Fi everywhere. I can walk into any country. I can go to Spain, I can go to Portugal, I can go to Morocco, I can go to Thailand, and this phone's gonna work. Now, there are a couple downsides. It's only 3G speeds, but again, I'm not looking for the fact, I don't want to watch videos on this as much as I want to be able to use Google Maps, as much as I want to be able to access email, access Airbnb, things like that. And that's going to let me do this for only about 20 bucks a month. And then on 3G, I seriously doubt I'm going to go through more than 1 or 2 gigs of data in a whole month. So for 40 bucks a month, I get a cell phone that works anywhere in the world. And of course, I could have done that with one of the previous Nexus phones, but it's only this new Nexus that came out that I really felt like had a camera that was equivalent to and actually better than the camera here on this Note 4 from Samsung. Now that I have a better camera, it's a no-brainer trade to grab a hold of this and see if it can be as effective as I hope it will be while we're traveling internationally. So I'll be switching this out. Like I said, total cost of this is about $524. I should be able to get still about $350 for this. I take really good care of it. It's got screens on it. I've got the original box and all the cords and everything. So I'm pretty sure I'll be able to sell this Note for about $350, especially if I throw in the SSD card, which means I'm going to pay about $125 to upgrade to this, as it were. And the goal is, over the course of the year, obviously, to have that data access and the convenience, as well as this great new camera. So I will get back to you later on in the trip and let you know how it's working, whether Project Fi is a good option for long-term travelers. But we're getting excited. We're under 90 days, and so the last bits of expensive things that we're buying for the trip are coming in, and we'll keep you updated. Thanks for tuning in.